Number 3, content audit of existing assets. This is extremely important to understand what the company has already done and what has worked and what hasn't worked. So the goal is to, like I said, assess what's already working or not to guide future content. You don't want to just come in if they've already run content and say, we're going to do this content and say that's going to work because of this, and they might disagree. Let's just find out what's already worked and not worked. I always want to make this as clear as possible, and also find out maybe if a certain type of content worked. We want to find out if they've already done a podcast, or if they've already done ads this way, or they've done UGC content, or if they've done a hero video that, either worked or it didn't. We're going to weave out so many issues down the road if we just start here. So collect all of their content that they've already done. A lot of the times it's already public, right? It's going to be on Meta Facebook ads library, or it's going to be on Instagram, it's going to be on YouTube, and you'll be able to see everything. And then you can go and look at the analytics with them and talk about what worked, what was the best performer and what was the worst performer, and let's look at campaigns and all that. So we're gonna assess the content performance, like I said, engagement. So that's more organic content, right? So we're just gonna look at the likes, the comments, and shares. Conversion rates, this is more for ads, how many leads were generated from a blog post or a video, traffic, what content drives the most traffic to the website. These are all things that a lot of companies already figured out. If it's like Bullfit, for example, they didn't have any of this. So we're kind of throwing darts at the board and just seeing what sticks. So every company is going to be at a different phase, but this is supposed to guide you depending on where they're at. So identify gaps. What content is missing or underperforming? I already talked about that. Are there successful topics that could be expanded into more pieces? So maybe they did do something, didn't work, but then you have some insight on how you could make that better. And then now we're going to create a content audit report. So we're going to take all that information and we're going to give them ideas on what you think they should do based on what they've already done. And you're just going to guide them along that and recommend things and be collaborative and make sure that they want to do those things and they can afford those things. And it's just aligned with their vision as well. That's always super important, is to make sure you're collaborative. So that is content audit of existing assets. Now let's jump into number 4, competitor analysis and market research.